G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. Sporting in on the west side of the map, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, we have got Liquid DeMuslim. On the opposite side of the map, playing as the English, we've got Don Ardy. Yes, it is one of your favorite guys, Don Ardy, going up the big, the bad, the DeMuslim. He is an absolute titan, someone to be reckoned with, that is definitely for sure. DeMuslim, an incredibly good player. Going to be on the Holy Roman Empire today, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got, because this is a bit of an interesting matchup. The English versus the Holy Roman Empire, two civilizations that are very commonly picked. So I guess my question is, what direction do we see these players going? Because Don Ardy, I'll tell you right now, I'll give you guys the shorthand version. He likes to feudal. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. He only really likes to play feudal. I've spoken to him about this before, and we talked a little bit about some of the matchups that he's got, and I basically said, look, I think Fast Castle's good in some of these matchups against China. He has difficulty against China playing as the English, and I basically said, look, I think in this matchup you got to go Fast Castle. It's very difficult to deal with the English castle age. Try and look to get towards that Imperial. Try and play the same sort of style that Beastie Cutie plays, where once you get to that enclosure tech, it's very difficult for you to sort of lose from that position. Obviously, I'm doing a disservice to Beastie Cutie because obviously he's an incredibly competent and good player, but that is a style of English that I really think Don should be playing a bit more, but I suspect today we're probably not going to have much of it coming through. We'll take a look over at how DeMuslim is doing. 3 villagers on gold, in fact, sending out a 4th villager over onto gold. Quite a fair bit of gold coming in for him. Holy Roman Empire, obviously a civilization that's been buffed recently. We've seen the rise of the Giga Chads, and I think the question is whether, obviously, DeMuslim, he's a Giga Chad, but whether we see him come out victorious today, that's going to be the question. So I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of things from DeMuslim. Number one, I want to see some heavy feudal age play up against the English. I think that you can look to punish them quite a bit. Obviously, they've got men-at-arms, and you've got men-at-arms, so you guys kind of cancel each other out. But this could sort of be a pretty strong difference maker when those early rushes start coming in, because of the longbows. Obviously, the longbows have got a fair bit of damage, but the men-at-arms, they've got a fair bit of armor. So something that you have against other civilizations to deal with their sort of early aggression. The other thing that I would love to see would be that second town center. We've talked about this a fair bit. One of the reasons why the second town center for the Holy Roman Empire is so damn strong is because of that emergency repair. The emergency repair just changes the game. Looks like Ark and Chapel going to be coming down right there. Good little spot. I'm curious why he didn't actually go for a position up here. This would have been a juicy spot. He could have got wood, he could have got berries, and he could have pushed deer. We've seen some pretty crazy deer pushes coming out recently, and speaking of crazy, it looks like a scout did get taken down there by the English town center. Do not play with fire. You will get burned. Well, in this case, don't play with Gatling guns because you will get brrr. And indeed, he got burned. But I guess my question is, would we see a second town center coming out today for DeMuslim? Just because it is a really strong viability, in my opinion. And it makes sense to play as the Holy Roman Empire because it enables you to rely less so on your relics, more on your production. And the fact that you've got emergency repairs, it stops you from any potential aggression that comes out. Let's say Don, which he likes to do, goes for a ram push. Now, all of a sudden, you've got something every other civilization doesn't have. You've got emergency repairs, a guaranteed repair rate that is separate. It acts independently from your villages. So whereas your villages have mitigating returns on the repairs that they can do. So as an example, 3 villages doesn't heal 3 times as fast as 1 villager. That's not the way that it works. The first villager is going to give you the most value. Second villager going to give you a little bit less value. Third villager give you a little bit less, and it continues going down. But we do indeed see the stone getting taken now for DeMuslim. DeMuslim does have the mill up over on this deer patch as well. And Don Ardy just going to be skating through. Look at Don being so cheeky right there, actually spreading out the deer. And this is part of the reason why you do love to try and take out these deer nice and early, just so that this doesn't happen. You get a guy like Don coming in and just being very annoying. So why is he doing this? Why is Don doing this? He's killing the deer, he's forcing them away so that it's further away for DeMuslim's villagers. So DeMuslim's villagers, obviously they want to be right next to the mill, right here. Because if that's the case, once they're finished gathering, they're going to get up, they're going to deposit their resources, and then they're going to get right back down. No walking time at all. But if they're all the way out here, they're going to have to gather up the food, and then they're going to have to walk all the way back, and then they're going to have to walk all the way back out. So it's quite a bit of a delay, and so by doing this, you ruin the efficiency of the villagers. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if DeMuslim's the kind of guy who just drops a mill down right here, and he says, that's fine. We'll just gather those in, because we're going to have to gather these berries up anyway. Ark and Chapel now coming through for DeMuslim. Definitely going towards that second town center. We'll take a look at how Don is doing. Don not opting for any early farms. I do like this play from Don. So one of the things that we do see out from a lot of players recently are these heavy farm build orders. Now, Don goes for the wheelbarrow, but instead takes the hunt. And that's something that a lot of English players typically would be ignoring. And you can see that Don's got all of his deer right underneath that mill, going to be able to really reduce the walking time that he's got there. But he's going to be able to leverage that wheelbarrow that he's got into a bit of an early economic lead, and now starts to push out with his double production from that landmark that he's got, the council hall. DeMuslim drops down a stable, though. He's got 359 stone in the bank. Now, it's a very specific amount of stone that he's got. Why? He's probably thinking about dropping an outpost and getting the arrow slits on it, but he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful because he knows right now that Don is on the way. He knows that longbows are destined for his food on the front side. Wheelbarrow coming through for DeMuslim at the moment. Doesn't look like any defensive outpost going to be going up for him just yet. Villagers are moving. Town center going to be coming down instead, and he's got to be careful because if these longbowmen move up, they are in a position, and Don looking to try and play it a little bit slow here. Going to be slow playing, not going to be rushing in, not going to be going all in just yet, which is kind of strange for a poker player. Don is normally the kind of guy who's able to test the waters and scout ahead, know what's up. First horseman is going to be coming out, so even in the event Don does push up, he's going to be dealing with a fair bit of trouble. That town center going to be coming through, and I think this is where we start to see the beauty that is the Holy Roman Empire double town center. In my opinion, I genuinely believe this is the future of the HRE. I think it is the way that they're going to be played. I think I mentioned in another video, Grubby played a game against a Holy Roman Empire player. He got the second town center down at 445. That is a ludicrous. That is crazy. The only civ that can get faster than that is the Rus with their sneaky little. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but basically they rush to get down their landmark as quickly as possible. They can get it down at like 337. I think they can age up, so they get their first trade in for 447 or for 337, and then so 447 is when they can drop their landmark. It's pretty damn crazy though. But now those landmarks coming up for DeMuslim. Now the question is, how does he play it from here? To be honest, I don't think you can go castle from here. I mean, you can try and go castle from here, but I do think you would probably die just because you would eventually run out of steam. The English the English freight train, it is a force to be reckoned with. And so, look, there is an amount of time that can be bought with the emergency repairs, but it's not a huge amount. DeMuslim doing the right thing here, controlling the narrative, saying, you know what, I'm not going to allow you to ram push my house. I'm not going to allow you to ram push my lumber camp. I'm not going to allow you to come in and poke in with a few of those annoying longbows that I know you're going to want to do. Outpost is going to come up. We can see that he does have arrow slits coming through for it. He's got a little bit of stone left in the bank. Obviously, the Rus or the Holy Roman Empire do get discounted emplacements on their outposts, so a little bit of an overgather, but a very, very small detail. It's more the macro strategy that we're looking at here. What's the big brain stuff behind this? Let's take a look over at Don and see what he's doing, because he is definitely taking his sweet time, isn't he? Don now, siege engineering coming through. I'm suspecting he's already got +1. Indeed, he does. So, in my opinion, I feel like maybe you could go for the siege engineering first, get the ram balls rolling, and then you can look to try and get that +1 in, because obviously this amount of longbow is pretty much going to one-shot everything that stands up right now in this game. There's a lot of longbow out here, but we'll take a look at Don's base. It looks like the farm transition is slowly but steadily coming through. Keep in mind that ram going to be plonked down any second now. Don continuing to make villages. In fact, we'll check he's on 32 villages at this point in time, and over on the other side, 36 for DeMuslim. So starting to build up that villager lead. We'll see +1 iron undermesh coming through very, very shortly for DeMuslim here. He's going to be looking to hold it with archers together with horsemen. So an interesting composition here. Not looking to go for men-at-arms. So we'll have to see exactly how he looks to play it. We do indeed see iron undermesh coming through now. Villagers a little bit here on the outskirts. A longbow or two could come around and just be annoying for those villagers, but it looks like the ram push is going to start coming in now. Villagers, actually horsemen inside the town center. Villagers just going to be hanging out for now. And remember, this is going to save him a lot of time. This is where we start to see the power, because look at the second town center. It's firing off on these longbows. So now all of a sudden, the battering ram is exposed. Horsemen, unfortunately, a little bit of a miss micro right there. They could be easily popped out and jumped down on that battering ram. But remember, this is what we're talking about when you talk about emergency repairs and why it's so damn strong. This is why it's so damn strong. He doesn't need villagers to repair this town center. He's going to let this town center get down to burning. It is going to be burning. He's going to hit emergency repairs, and he's going to be A-okay. And now look at him just being so annoying, pulling in those units. He's going to be able to pop these. There you go. Emergency repairs come in. Congratulations. You've just bought yourself how much time? Because that's going to go up to full health. And now the battering ram's going to start again from point blank. So this comes down to this is the question, right? Like, how do you punish this? How do you punish the Holy Roman Empire second TC? And you can see it's still healing despite being at full health right here. Just goes straight back up to full. And so he's going to be getting immense value from that. And now look, it's on cooldown 35 seconds. But guess what? How long does it take for the ram to actually get down to that position? You know the best part? If he wanted to, he could pop these horsemen out of the town center and kill this ram so quickly. He might lose 1 or 2 horsemen, but he's in a great spot here. Battering ram working its way through. He could pull villagers to try and repair here. It looks like these vills going to be coming through. But now we see villagers coming out onto the berries. The question is, does he even go for it? In fact, he's got another 10 seconds before he needs emergency repairs. Second battering ram's coming through. I don't even think he's going to bother with it. We'll take a look and see how he plays it. More horsemen coming up. He's got a fair bit of mass back there. Got to be careful not to lose the vills. And there's the emergency repair now coming through for DeMuslim. Another villager getting picked off. No textiles through just yet. He's got plenty of units inside the town center that he's yet to pop out. Villagers going to be making sure that they stay back from that fight. Archers looking like they're in a pretty decent position, but DeMuslim holds. And with that, it means that his emergency repairs is going to be going back off cooldown. It's going to be a slow but steady decline, but emergency repairs will eventually come back. And you can see DeMuslim is fighting to try and control this food source on the front side here. He's doing a great job, though. His economy at the moment sitting on 48 villagers. Compare that to Don, who's on 40. So we start to see this villager lead build, and Don really looking to punish now. A third battering ram coming in. Going to be looking to repair up this first battering ram that he had out here. But DeMuslim's emergency repairs is almost back off cooldown, and Don Artie is looking to try and come in and dish out some damage. You can see all the units he's got inside there. They're going to be able... Remember, that second town center can now be retargeted as well. And he looks to do it immediately. Villager almost going down. The textiles does come through. But now that villager is going to get picked off. All the horsemen going to be coming out, looking to siege this down. He's still got plenty of horsemen sitting inside the town center. Villagers are going to be pushing forward as well, looking to try and gather up that deer. First battering ram's going to be coming down. More spearmen moving in. Don Artie going to be trying his best to hold on. A couple of sheep standing by in tandem as well. Longbow's doing a decent job here, slowly but steadily picking off villagers. And this is one of the things that Don Artie often told me. He said, Drongo, when I'm doing a ram push, I'm not trying to kill that second town center. What I'm trying to do is kill the villagers that are looking to siege down my battering rams. And the problem that Don's got right now is that it's not villagers that are sieging down his battering rams. No, sir. It is horsemen that are sieging down his battering rams. The economy for DeMuslim is looking incredibly good at the moment. 49 villagers and scaling. That is the big thing. He's scaling. Don is sitting on 1 town center over on the other side. He's got 44 villagers, so still only a difference of 5. Don's done a good little job to even up the villager count, at least try and bring it back into favor. But remember, it all comes down to that whole concept. You've got 2 town centers against 1. So if the 2 town centers does hold, then technically they should win, as long as they don't lose too many villagers. But now those villagers going to be going down. First one going down, second one going down, third one going down. Don doing a great little job there, picking up some villagers, getting a good little trade. The food sources right now for DeMuslim are in a bit of an awkward spot. He's got food out over onto his west side with deers out here. Berry patch, this is obviously the first berry patch. I'm not sure where the second one is. I can't even see it on the map right now. Normally, did DeMuslim get his third berry patch? There, I see 3 for... Where does... Has he already exhausted it? No? Did they not spawn? Where... I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. Did he not get a third berry patch? Oh no, they're here. Oh, I'm blind. They're quite literally in the front. So you can see that the same thing has happened over here for Don. So never mind. It's just his enemy is camping on top of it. But this can be a difficult map just because the food sources are not very concentrated. 3 deer here, 3 deer there, 3 deer everywhere. It is that kind of thing. But now Archers inside that town center. He's up to 100 population. Don Artie on 93, continuing to focus down on that battering ram. He's going to be looking to change the position up towards the town center, and indeed he does. And now looks to focus that down. But the horsemen going to be trying their best. Few spearmen going to be in the mix as well. And the second town center still going to be looking strong, steadfast, and so many Archers coming out for DeMuslim right now. Oh my lord, I just realized those numbers are huge. He's going to be pushing out now with a massive amount of Archers, 37 Archers, +1 ranged armor, +1 ranged attack. The horsemen aren't even going to be mattering at this point. He's got so many Archers out right now. DeMuslim looking incredible, and this is one of the theories that comes out as to why the Holy Roman Empire is so successful. It is because of that extra carry capacity together with the wheelbarrow means that the villagers that are out here are going to be able to gather up to 21 wood before they have to come in. 21 wood. So it means that you get much more efficiency off your double broadaxe in the event you go for it. But Don Artie going to be in trouble because he's got double broadaxe, but I tell you what, he's going to be needing more than that. He might even need a monastery at this point because he's going to need prayer to deal with the amount of units coming out here from his opponent. Don Artie is struggling. Double archery range coming down on the front line. I don't even know what English archery ranges look like. Is that what they look like? They kind of look French to me. Longbows trying their best to hold on to this position, but you got to really be impressed right now. DeMuslim is doing absolutely perfectly. This push is looking beautiful, immaculate. He has held on for dear life. He has managed to make this work, and now he continues to push out and look to dish out that damage. Don Artie struggling to keep his head above water at this point in time. Another outpost going to be coming down for him. No arrow slits actually coming up for Don Artie, which kind of creates a bit of an issue here because arrow slits would have been a great way for him to fall back and retain a little bit of his position. But Don is stuck in feudal, and we've got DeMuslim behind this who is going towards castle. He's also got a pretty decent military mass as he continues to push out. He's got to be careful not to overextend, but even in the event that he does, you wouldn't be too fussed. From here, I suspect, now there's two options, obviously Regnitz or Burgrave. I would probably be more tempted to say go for Regnitz. Sorry, go for Burgrave. Go for Burgrave, finish off your enemy. Just smash out like 1,000 men-at-arms, fully upgraded. Get the +2 ranged armor. Just men-at-arms. Like, I'm talking like 50 men-at-arms. Just go wild with it. It is going to be difficult for your enemy to hold here. We'll look to see how he plays it, though, because he's got plenty of upgrades coming through already at the blacksmith. You can see he's got all of the +1s with the exception of that melee armor. And now going to be able to pick up reinforcements as well. Don Artie down to 60 population at the moment, 54 villagers, 61 villagers for DeMuslim, but he's got a huge amount of military difference here. And I guess that's really the difference, right? Obviously, Don Artie, he still managed to keep up in the villager count because he's taken out a lot of villagers from his opponent. Age up going to be coming through. It looks like it's going to be the Regnitz Cathedral that is going down here for DeMuslim. So looking to scale into the late game potentially. Maybe even look at making a play towards Imperial here. That could be an option for him. But it looks like it's going to be the safe bet. We'll take a look over at how Don's doing. Don going to be trying to scrounge together a couple of infantry in the base. You can see archers coming out non-stop. He's managed to get up to a pretty decent farming economy behind this. But as you guys know, Don does not like to play inside the castle age. So he's going to be looking at... Is he just going full feudal? Is he going full feudal horseman? All right, Don, it's an interesting strategy. Let's see how it plays out. I guess when you see how many archers the enemy's got, it kind of makes sense. 20 villagers now working to get this Regnitz Cathedral up. They are overtime right now. Upgrade's going to be coming through almost immediately for DeMuslim, I suspect. +2 ranged armor, veteran horsemen, veteran archers, those big ones. And then we'll look to see where he goes from there. The villager count continues to climb. He's on 65 compared to the 58 of Don. So still relatively close. DeMuslim reaches the castle age. And how does Don react to that? Does he cancel units? Does he continue making them? Does he say, I'm going to commit to this? Because you could only suspect that there would be knights starting to come out as well. And horsemen typically aren't going to be doing the best against them. More stables coming out for Don Artie. He is doubling down, or should I say, he is sextupling down because there are 6 stables coming out. Don is trying to work overtime towards that goal of mass cavalry. Veteran archers coming through. No +2s just yet. A lot of resources in the bank for... Is he going straight to Imperial right now? Is DeMuslim rushing Imperial? He's got a monastery out. I don't even know why. First relic is in on the Regnitz. Second relic going to be grabbed up towards the north. He is bringing in plenty more relics. I can see that there's one missing out on the map. It's going to be that one right there. But now slowly but steadily cleaning up the infrastructure that was left out here by the Don. And Don behind this, you can see, is just working towards that horseman mass. He knows that there's the potential to overwhelm his opponent. If his opponent looks for that Imperial Age, there could be a window where he could look to really dish out some damage. 13 horsemen coming out for Don right now. Compare that over to DeMuslim. He's sitting on 9 and 19 archers, but it is indeed going to be going straight to Imperial. I like this play. This makes a lot of sense. So instead of going for any kind of Castle Age play, you're just skipping the hard part and just saying, you know what, we'll just go straight to Imperial. Very smart moves. That is mogul moves if I've ever seen them right now. He's going to be able to pick up all of those relics as well. Keep in mind, the only relic that is relatively safe is this one over on Don's side of the map. Every other relic is going to be up for the taking, and that's why I suspect we've got the monastery. Could even be for some of these upgrades, benediction, all that good stuff. Oh, and my favorite, is it improved duration? No, it must be the Rus. It must be the Rus. They've got improved duration, but now DeMuslim, got to be careful here. DeMuslim pushing out a lot of units, but here for Don, he's got 22 horsemen, but those archers have got their upgrades. Horsemen still yet to receive theirs. Donardi looking to try and take this fight. He might be able to get a good little fight here. DeMuslim going to continue falling back, and things starting to look good for Don. This is something that we talked about. The potential, if you push out up against an army like this, where Don's gone quite literally all in, he senses that there could be blood in the water, and now DeMuslim going up towards that Imperial Age Palace of Swabia coming up. Looks like we've got barracks in the back. Do not worry, fellas. The barracks in the back are coming out in force here. Plenty of units for DeMuslim are on the way, but he's starting to struggle. 27 villagers. It looks like DeMuslim going to be able to drop down a keep here as well to try and hold on to this position. He knows he might be in trouble if he doesn't get it up. And you can see the amount of villagers that are coming out here. 27 villagers looking at their best to try and get this up. Horsemen in through the base of DeMuslim. DeMuslim trying his best to hold on that keep, looking like it's probably going to get up. Villagers going to be able to jump inside immediately, but he's got the printer out right now. He doesn't care too much about losing them. And indeed, he does jump inside them. And with that, DeMuslim is going to secure his position in Imperial Age. There is no death, not today. The counterattack has been negated. It has been cancelled. All three town centers are safe within the base. And good game gets called. Don Artie taps out. DeMuslim victorious. What a beautiful game. What a great display from emergency repairs right there for DeMuslim. Beautiful stuff. Fellas, check out DeMuslim. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can catch his YouTube content. He's a great creator. I reckon you should have a look and see what he's got going for himself.